I'm Kat, and I love yoga. So I've been doing it since I was a freshman in college, just for health reasons and to stay fit. But I also think that it really helps with my mental health, and it can teach us a lot about mental health and self-care, which I think we all probably need a little bit more of. So there's a lot of different things you can do in yoga, a lot of different things you can focus on, but today we're going to do something really simple called a sun salutation. You might have heard of it before, you might have done it before, wouldn't surprise me at all. What I like about this is that it's really easy to memorize, it makes a lot of sense, and it's really easy to do. So even if you've never done yoga, you can have fun doing this, and you can experience some of the benefits of yoga while you're doing it. A sun salutation is good for any part of the day, but I especially like to do it in the morning because it helps with focus, it increases your energy, and it makes you happier. To get the best out of your yoga experience today, I have 2 tips. First, focus on your breathing. When you focus on inhaling and exhaling as you're flowing through the different things that we'll do, it focuses your mind and it helps you deepen whatever pose we're in. So first, focus on your breathing. Secondly, listen to your body. So like I said, no one has to be perfect to do yoga well. And a lot of times you have to modify a pose or deepen a certain pose to get the full benefits. And sometimes if you're not careful, you can hurt yourself because you're not listening to what your body is saying. So it's really important in yoga to hear your signals. If you're in pain, ease up. If you're feeling too comfortable, challenge yourself a little bit more and lean in. Does that make sense? Okay, so I think that's it. Get your mat and your smile.
Go whenever you want.
So start focusing on your inhales and your exhales and put your hands together at your heart for namaste. Put your feet about hip distance apart or might line them up on the mat. And now as you inhale, raise your hands towards the sky for mountain pose. You want to relax your shoulders and ground down through your feet. Put your hands together, and as you exhale, reach your hands back, arch your back a little bit. Stay here for a few more breaths. All right, we're going to fold down, exhale. Oop, lost my balance there. All right, now you want to grab onto something, your ankles, your calves, your knees even, doesn't really matter. The ground, if you're way more flexible than me, doesn't really matter. Grab something and try to bend from your hips, not really with your back or your neck or something like that. Yeah, if you can put your hands down. All right, now as you inhale, straighten your legs, lean into your feet, look forward, and hinge from your hips. Okay, now we're gonna exhale and go into ragdoll pose or a forward fold. You just grab your elbows. Okay, put your feet down, hands planted for a high plank. Try to be strong here, clench your core, and we're gonna slowly lower down into not a lower plank, just something to prepare for upward facing dog. So upward facing dog is where we push up from our hands like this. Try to pull your hips off the ground. And now we're ready to tuck our heels under for downward facing dog. Push your hands against the mat, almost like you're pushing the mat away. I pedal out my legs because my feet aren't flexible enough to get my heels all the way down to the mat, but that's the goal. Head is facing the mat, kind of looking at your knees. Okay, downward facing dog is awesome. Here we go. Reaching our feet forward, and we're back to forward fold. You can do the ragdoll position again, where you hold on to your hands, or you can just touch the ground like I'm doing. Okay, here we go. We're folding up, back into namaste, hands praying at your heart. We're reaching up on our inhale and back. Here we go. Arch your back a little bit, push forward through your hips, look up, Mountain pose one more time. Back to namaste. So this one's going to feel a lot faster because it is. We're going for one breath, one movement. Start with namaste. Inhale to mountain pose. And then we're going to exhale as we lean back. Keep exhaling as you go into your forward fold. Touch the ground. Inhale for halfway lift. Remember, legs are straight. Hips are hinging. All right, exhale again for forward fold. As you inhale, high plank. Lower down on an exhale. Inhale for upward facing dog. Hips come off the mat. Curl your toes under for downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. Take just a second to stretch out here. Then you're going to reach forward on an inhale for forward fold. All right. Exhale everything out, and then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale everything out, forward fold. Gonna inhale to namaste this time. Go into mountain pose. Upward salute. And namaste. You did it. Great job.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Feel free to do it on repeat. Do it as many times as you want. Anyone can yoga, and everyone can put their own spin on yoga, which I really love. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was just how this maybe relates to where you are right now. I think yoga is a really great reminder of what we can control. So right now we're living in a world where we feel out of control probably almost all the time. But when I'm here on this mat, I'm focused on the things that I can control. My own body. I can be safe here. I can be happy here. I can be productive and successful here. It doesn't matter what else happens in my day. I can always look back at this moment as a time when I did something worthwhile. And finally, when I'm feeling pulled in a lot of different directions, or I'm feeling like there's so many things I have to do, it's really helpful for me to start my day or end my day feeling like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I don't need to run off and do something else. I don't need to be thinking about the future or maybe regretting what I did in the past. I can just be present. And I can focus on my body and my breath, and I can clear my mind. And hopefully when I do that, I can hear God speaking to me, and I can feel his peace. And that usually helps me on the mat and off the mat. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps you remember who you are and where you are and what you can control in this world. And yeah, have a great week.